My name is Ashley, and this is An Album a Day, an English language podcast promoting commentary on South Korean pop music. This podcast covers mainstream, indie, and some underground artists within the scene and provides both factual and opinionated K-pop commentary. The biggest benefit to sharing my thoughts this way is that it will hopefully expose you to more great music and exploration of your own. Oh yeah, it was absolutely a busy week last week for me, and I had the opportunity to be able to go to a concert I didn't even anticipate going to. I think you'll be excited for this recap. Who did I see?
We are I-dle.
You're tuned into An Album a Day. Show start.
Neverland, forgive me. I've been calling your girls I-dle for so long when they absolutely intend on being called I-dle. This was a really good exposure for me. Albeit the girls have been active, I won't say girls, let's take that back. These women have been active since 2018 under Cube Entertainment. I was not really privy to a lot of what they did. My first exposure to anything of I-dle was through KDA by League of Legends. And I knew of their leader because I've seen her on Pretty Rap Star and a few other things, but I did not know about the collectiveness of the group aside from one member departing, So Soo-jin, and the fact that they had a moment of mild controversy when they were talking about hip hop style and things of that sort. So boom, I knew maybe 3 songs, but I have definitely grown in interest with them and had to be careful about pacing myself listening to their things because of course I'm trying to go in alphabetical order. So there's chunks and bounce of music that I'm just flat out missing, trying to be authentic for this doggone podcast. But this was a fun experience. So let me get into it and tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, I'm apologizing now. You might hear a fan. It's in the 5 a.m. hour here in Houston. And even though fall has technically started already, Houston, Texas did not get the memo. It is hot. It is hot. So let's just bear with the extra wind sound in the background. So the I-dle World Tour, stylized with the I, small like they usually do, and then DOL capitalized. They usually have a few of their letters small because in I-dle, the I is capitalized. You know what your girls look like. Anywho, this is their 3rd worldwide tour. We addressed in a previous episode how when often we see world tour, South Korea is referring to South Korea, Japan, and perhaps another area of Southeast or South Asia sometimes. And then global tour is actually the world. But this was a for real worldwide tour. It kicked off August 3rd. And I didn't even realize that it was already going on. I had heard that they were coming to Houston. I had no idea when because I had no expectation of seeing them whatsoever. So they'll be on tour until November 2nd. They have been in Seoul, and it's going to end in Sydney, Australia. I absolutely love that for their fan base who's out there in the down under. That's so dope. It's 22 shows, 14 countries, and that's within Asia, North America, and Oceania. And the one that I saw was in Houston, and the set list was nothing to play with. The ladies were coming in with the intention of promoting their 2nd studio album that came out this year called 2. And their 7th EP, I Sweat. So this is all 2024 bops focused, but of course, with it being a concert, they're going to go back in time to some of their older songs. And the set list was solid. They came out slugging. They started with their intro, which contained like parts of Super Lady, and they gave an extended intro to Super Lady and gotten that. So they basically divided this into like 4 acts with an encore. And You're looking at a set list of like 20, like 30. I said like 20, like 30. You had like 6 songs in the first, because I'm going to count the intro as literally an intro. Like, we're not going to just jump into that being one of the sets. So you had 6 songs in the beginning, and then you had a few of the solos that came up with that. Girl, don't play these games. Let's go to setlist.fm and double check the August set list for the ladies, and let's see what we got. Yeah, okay, so I was right. So you had about 22 songs in the concert, and then you had an encore. And when they did this in Seoul, they had 2 encores. They had an August 3rd one that had 3 different songs, and August 4th that had 4. And they always concluded with Neverland, and they did that at our concert here in the United States too. We got a really good solo experience, and then they delivered on Pop Stars for me, which was, the KDA song that I said got me into being aware of who they are. But I want to talk a little bit more about the dynamics of the fact that K-pop concerts have progressed so far from when I first got into this in 2012 that a translator is no longer needed. It's an expectation that you're going to get English speaking and some sprinkling of their first language, which is, it's just wild to see how things have changed. They have held themselves up very well, engaging with an entire English-speaking audience for the most part. But this is also the first time I saw a lot of the Asian community showing up for this concert. I saw a lot of gentlemen bringing their girlfriends or their partners or their friends as well, and they were fanboying out hard. One dude by us was losing his mind for Miyeon, which, I mean, I get it. She fly. He's going crazy. Minnie, who happens to be one of the most popular members, and she's from Thailand, I have always been most interested in Soyeon, the leader, but I left the concert like, okay, Minnie, you got me. Minnie's facial expressions and Minnie's strength as the main vocalist is really, really undeniable. The ladies kept the energy going the entire time. They kept engaged with the audience. They gave sultry moments. They gave sexy moments. And they also gave very cutesy moments. It was just really, really exciting to see that they were so engaged with their audience and their fan base. And although it was not a packed out stadium, it was a solid damn turnout. It was completely the bottom floor where everyone could stand, then the closer seats which we were in, all the way to the middle of I'll even say to the top of the midpoint of the Toyota Center. It was a good turnout and not a slump at all. So I had my first exposure to their musicality. Some songs were much more memorable than others. I don't feel like I'm in a space to discuss what those were without me actually going through their albums. But I can at least tell you, besides Pop Stars from KDA, I enjoyed Lion, Never Stop Me, Is This Bad Be Numbered? That's Soyeon solo. I like that, and I already knew that song, oddly enough, which is just crazy. I knew of Super Lady because I've seen some clips and snippets of it. And what's the song? Oh, my brain. It's the one that they do in English. I've seen snippets of the video where the young man discovers them like they're aliens and whatnot. Oh, I'm sorry that I don't remember the name. To your fans, y'all, I'm sorry. Can I Google it? Let me see if I can Google it right quick. And the song is completely in English, and they sing their tails off on it. English songs. I'm gonna be bummed. What is the doggone song? I Do. Oh my goodness. Okay, they performed I Do during our concert, and they did not perform that in South Korea. And I absolutely adored that song. It came out a year ago, or just around a year ago, and they did that through 88 Rising, and it's so pleasing. The vocals are organized in a solid way. You get to hear everyone's unique colors, and I enjoy the song. That was the one that when I left the concert, I kept playing over and over again. I'm like, okay, now you can't dive too deep. You haven't made it to their letters just yet, and you don't want to cheat. I need to just start listening to groups and recording it well in advance and stop torturing myself like this, because I'm honestly missing good music. In terms of rating the concert, even though I'm not a fan of theirs in terms of fandom exposure, on a scale of 1 to 5, this was definitely a 4. It never really let up off the energy, and the sets were very engaging. The cutscenes were as well. Would have made it a 5 for me if there was... What would have made it a 5 is if I would have been able to see the live band. They had live instrumentation, and I don't know if it was pre-recorded or not. And just being able to see the band who's traveled with them and who's given them that knock on all of their songs, that would have been really refreshing. It had to have been an actual band. There's no way they pre-recorded that damn band. There's no way, because the hits and everything were building on audience interaction and audience reaction. So I think that would have really set it off for me, like the days of Big Bang or 21, where you saw Band 6 on the stage with them. So that's what I gotta say about that. I also want to let you know that A3Day Sister Show is back officially, and there's an interview that'll be dropping very soon this week. If not later today, it'll be this week. And I'm just excited to be able to sprinkle a little bit of stuff in here as I finish school. I'm so close, y'all. I know y'all are ready for me to come back. I'm ready to come back, but duty calls. My podcast is powered by the Alive Podcast Network. You are able to access my content on their platform and enjoy my show as well as others who are a part of the network. And I look forward to sharing another episode with you very soon. Bye, y'all.